Oh boy, here we go.
1 second is 1 drip of the coffee pot. Let's hurry up.
Shh! Silence! Now I see. It's all becoming clear.
What's clear?
Zvani! The truth has once again been elegantly revealed to me. What we have here is a judge and a prosecutor. A coffee maniac at that. Am I correct?
What? Well, yes, that's right. I mean, that goes without saying I'm hearing the judge's palpit, but whatever.
Not bad. Not bad at all. You're the first person that's ever been able to penetrate my secret veil.
Well, Sir Prosecutor, let me introduce myself. My name is Look at Me, an ace detective and rising star illuminating the heavens.
Boy, these two make a perfect pair.
They'd either be best friends or they'd tear each other's heads off.
I've heard that on the night of the crime, you were also alone on security detail.
You have heard correctly. My specially made monocle is worth more than 100 Detective Gumshoes. If Detective Gumshoe was worth anything, that is.
Why are you burning him? Somebody needs to hold a fucking party for this guy to make him feel better, goddamn.
Why was this guy all by himself anyway? There must be some reason. I'm sure of it.
Well then, tell us what this special monocle of yours witnessed.
Oh boy. Okay. I just realized with his voice, I'm kind of combining the posh accent of Edgeworth with the deepness of Richard, thus creating a very weird sort of combination. It is approximately 1 o'clock in the morning, just after the date changed. That's when my nemesis, the infamous Masked Damask, dancingly descended upon me. Just as I began to turn, the coward struck a fierce blow upon my noble head. Darkness swallowed me before I could land a single strike. When I awoke, he was gone. 30 minutes later, I used an emergency phone to notify the police. I'm serious, I can't do a penguin. I've tried so hard to get that voice, I just can't do it. Not yet, at least.
So you didn't get a clear look at the criminal?
My specially made monocle never misses a thing. However, that is limited to things that fall within my own visual range. But of course, that's only natural.
Oh, I fail to see why the witness seems so proud of his performance that evening.
Well, Sir Old-Timer, let me explain. We are not speaking of any ordinary thief, but of the king of thieves, the great Masked Damask, my arch-enemy. That is what my instincts and my years of experience tell me.
Very well. Proceed with the cross-examination, Mr. Wright.
Oh boy.
You are just going to be a delight.
So, that would be 1 o'clock on the morning of the 12th, correct? That's an impressive deduction, Sir Lawyer. You're on security duty that night. Where exactly were you at the time? A penetrating question! I was in the basement warehouse, near the computer.
Near the computer, huh? Well, goddamn, I've already figured that out. He did actually, wait. The exit door. He could have come in through the exit door and snuck up on him. Or, again, he could have easily slid through the vents. Maybe.
So then you weren't trying to remain hidden, I take it.
Up to this point, I've tried to remain concealed while waiting for the thief.
Yeah. You said the same thing yesterday, too.
Gumshoe said that they've never spotted the thief at the crime scenes before.
Precisely. That is precisely why I chose not to hide last night. I knew that by not concealing myself, I would be putting pressure on the thief. Looks like the thief was the only one applying pressure. On your pigeony head, that is. In any case...
Dancingly descended? From where exactly?
Well, from the entrance, I suppose. Where else?
So in actuality, he neither danced nor descended.
Someone please save me.
So how is it that you didn't notice the thief?
My eyes were looking for the thief's shadow while my ears listened for his footfalls. But even so, the dastardly criminal managed to sneak up on me. It can only be due to his subtle camouflaged cape and soft-soled shoes.
I hereby dub you Ace Dunce. Yes, absolutely. 100%.
Zvori!
You didn't see the criminal's face when that happened?
Well, that's the difficult part. How should I put it? I saw his mask. That's all that I can recall.
That's not very solid as far as testimony goes.
However, fortunately, I had my third monocle, the security camera at the ready. It captured his image perfectly. This should be sufficient, I believe.
Well, as long as this photo's authentic, I don't see a problem here. Well, Mr. Godot, do you have a problem with the photo? Well, good, then let's continue with the testimony.
Not even a word exchanged. Just pure gold.
Attacked and knocked unconscious, and you weren't able to do a thing?
That's certainly some very impressive detective work. Well, sir lawyer, have you been so suddenly struck on the head?
Huh? Well, actually, yes. By a fire extinguisher.
And what happened?
I was knocked out.
And you lost your memory, too.
You see? You have no right to look down on me then, do you? The only reason I didn't lose my memory was because I have more brains to begin with.
Yeah, brains, but the wiring to the self-reflection part seems to be severed.
In any case, that was how I was knocked senseless. And then...
Alright then. About this 30 minutes.
my silver cord was loosened and my soul fled to the golden halls of Elysium.
As usual, I have no idea what this guy is saying.
I think he's saying that he was out cold.
So, what happened during these 30 minutes?
No one can say, Your Honor. That span of time has truly vanished into the ether.
Just what is he going on about? There's something suspicious about Detective Atme. How could he have not noticed when the thief came in?
Also, he says he was knocked unconscious before he could fight back. But that can't be right. It contradicts the evidence.
Huh? Which piece?
This one? I mean, kind of? Wait a minute. No, I literally just got it. If this was ripped off, how did it get ripped off? Like, If he got knocked out and he couldn't have done anything, how the fuck did this get knocked off? Or, I'm sorry, how did that get ripped off in the first place? The real question is, why would he tell such an obvious lie? Okay, so, 1:00 in the morning. Gonna turn, cower struck a fierce blow upon my noble head. Darn to swallow me before I could land a single strike. When I woke, he was gone. Okay, that's where I got a counter. How the fuck? Mr. Atme, could you take a look at this with that special monocle of yours?
This belongs to criminal mastermind, my arch nemesis, Mask Damask. It is, in point of fact, Mask Damask's brooch.
It was found on the floor of the basement warehouse. I wonder how that happened.
Elementary, my dear lawyer. Obviously, it wasn't glued on well enough.
Glued? Not quite. It clearly shows signs of having been ripped off a piece of clothing.
Ripped off? Aha!
We can only deduce that the thief struggled with someone that night. That's the only thing I can think of. And there's only one person that was in a position to have a struggle with the thief.
The only person that was on the security duty that night. You, Detective Atme!
Detective Atme, you must have fought with the thief that night. So, why did you lie in your testimony to the court?
Witness! Giving false testimony is a serious crime.
No. Wait a moment, just a moment. Sir, old timer.
Don't talk to me like I'm living in a nursing home.
I just remembered, Your Honor. I was just confused because I've been dealing with so many cases lately.
The true measure of a man is in the amount of work he does. That's what I always say. Nick, you can only handle one case at a time, isn't that right? It's called game balancing, god dang it. What? You talk too much.
Witness! So you're now saying that you and the thief fought?
Hold on. That's quite enough, Your Honor.
Excuse me? What? How does he keep doing that? I don't know, Your Honor. It's weird.
Save the big questions for the testimony. That's one of my rules.
Indeed. I understand. Look at me. Agree completely.
Okay. Let's go.
Indeed. It's true that I looked away from the door for a brief moment. However, look at me cannot be so easily discombobulated. Unfortunately, the thief grabbed a weapon from the side and rendered me senseless. A true gentleman fights only with his own fists, but they were not enough. His first blow struck true. Bam! And that's all she wrote.
That does not okay. So in the end, you did catch a glimpse of Masked Damask.
Correct. It was during his third crime that he struck me from behind. It seems that my memory has become a bit tad jumbled, so to speak.
Well, that's certainly understandable. I myself always get confused about which testimony goes with which case.
Sir, you need to have your license taken away. That is horrible. That can't be good. That is... Oh my god, that is so bad! Judge! What the fuck, man? No! That's bad! Why? Also, I like this music. It is good. So, why did you look away from the door anyway?
In addition to the camera, I'd prepared a variety of other sensors as well. The alarm on one of those had gone off, so I had to check the data. That's why I went to the computer. Elegantly, of course.
So you're momentarily vulnerable when you're working on the computer. What should I do? Should I ask more questions? The sensor, actually. I'm kind of curious about that. What kind of sensors are you talking about?
There are other places in the basement that someone could enter and exit from. There are air conditioners, ducts, sewer pipes, and a cat door as well. I hooked up heat detecting, infrared, and ultraviolet sensors to each of them.
That's a lot of hardware. Was it all yours?
Lordly Taylor department store was kind enough to provide the monitoring hardware. Naturally, the security camera that took the photo belongs to them as well.
In other words, he couldn't have rigged the equipment.
Has that cleared up any doubts you had about me, sir lawyer?
Hold on, let me just, I want to get the other dialogue here. So did that computer belong to Lordly Taylor as well?
Correct. Well, except for the program that manages the data. That was specially designed by me. Look at me.
In that case, he could have easily manipulated the data.
What's wrong, sir lawyer? What does that mean? Discombobulated? Phoenix, you don't know what that means?
Young people these days, they really irritate me. They allow perfectly good old words to die until everyone forgets what they mean.
Sorry, but what exactly does it mean anyway?
Now I've forgotten. What was I saying?
God damn it! Jeez, it's better than old people who forget what they were saying 5 seconds ago.
Well, it looks like we've cleared that up. You can go on with your testimony.
What do you mean by weapon from the side?
Naturally, the thief had no idea that I, look at me, was hiding in the area. He grabbed the sword from the statue that was standing by the door to the warehouse.
Sword? Oh, you mean the sword that was all twisted like a tree branch?
Correct. Fortunately for me, the blade was not sharp.
Okay, so he is talking about the Shikishido.
So the thief armed himself with a sword, and what about yourself, witness?
You had that much faith in your own fighting abilities?
But of course, in college I was the second in charge of the boxing club.
I'm sorry if I failed to find that appropriately impressive.
However, my opponent in the ring this time was my arch nemesis, Masked Demosk.
This guy's a real piece of work. Yes, a little bit. A delightful piece of work, you could say. Can you tell us a little bit more about what happened?
My opponent was both powerful and vicious, you might say. He was powericious.
But powericious?
I assumed the at-me fighting stance, but a sudden flash of light blinded me. That, of course, was checkmate. My opponent had bested me.
What do I do now? This actually, I want to know more about. Okay, I'll ask that later. But what? What is this at-me fighting style?
I'm sorry, but that's a trade secret. I really can't say anymore. But I suppose I can tell you if I absolutely must. The main thing is to put your back to the wall. That way, no one can get behind you.
That's it? That's the at-me fighting style?
Well, Mr. Wright, so what about that testimony?
Wait, if you said that he snuck up behind you, that makes no sense. How could...
That seems actually pretty important. He said he was up against the wall, so... Of course it's important. We've learned a detective's secret technique after all.
Yes, indeed. I'll remember to use it if I ever take a walk alone at night.
Why the heck is he eyeballing me like that? It's creeping me out.
This is the bully Phoenix and Gumshoe hour.
Now then, witness! We'll go and add that secret information to your official testimony.
I put my back to the wall to fight, but the thief's blow landed upon my third eye.
What?
Third eye? Where is this third eye you're talking about?
Oh, it's right between my right and left eyebrows. It's quite invisible to the unenlightened. You may call it the forehead if you like.
Why didn't you just say that in the first place?
So, lawyer, looks like the critters in your own forehead are getting deeper.
So, Mr. Ami got hit on the forehead then.
That's what he says, but he clearly said he got hit in the back of the head, didn't he? He got hit from behind.
I've got a funny feeling about that.
Actually, so do I.
Well, what do you think, Nick?
Well, there's one thing that I'm absolutely sure of now.
Yeah? What is it?
This look at me guy. He's definitely hiding something.
But why?
think I'm starting to figure out what really happened that night. And about the true nature of this detective. I gotta think about this for a minute. So, right off the bat, I know I have to counter this. Upon your third eye, you just stated that that's hitting your forehead, right? That blatantly goes against what you said earlier about how you had been hit in the back of the head. Yeah, Damask knocked Amy out during the crime with a blow to the back of the head. You just blatantly lied to me.
Objection!
Detective Amy, your testimony is crumbling like a house of cards.
What fun is this, sir lawyer? It is truly a pleasure to cross swords with you. And now, once again, you have thrown down the gauntlet at my armored feet.
Wait. Hold on. If you don't, I'll take that red diamond you received the other day. What's that? Ring. Is that a red diamond? I think my brain is starting to put two pieces together way earlier than I'm supposed to, I think. That is a bit concerning. I believe this is what you said yesterday.
No! The coward must have wormed his way in through somewhere besides the door. Then my arch nemesis struck me on the head from behind with this gruesome item here.
From behind, huh? But just now you testified that he struck you on the forehead. I hardly think you could forget where you were hit on the head. Ugh!
It seems I've made another mistake.
Detective Amy, that's not the only strange part of your testimony. But what do you mean by that? For example, the very fact that you hid the calling card from the police itself is strange. It's almost as if you were afraid they were going to help with security.
Geniuses such as myself has always been misunderstood. How sad.
That's wrong! Whoa, that voice!
To err is human, to forgive divine. Humans aren't machines. They have souls, feelings. They live, they die, they love, they hate. And yes, they even make mistakes.
Objection!
Hey, hold on! It's not as pretty as that.
Really? Was it like then? Always chase a riddle down to the end. That's one of my rules.
I like you. This is it. This might just be my chance to turn things around. Mr. Wright, what exactly is it that you're asserting? Very well, Your Honor. The defense asserts that Mr. Amy is no ways detective. That is, Mr. Amy is a fake. Mr. Amy is masked a Oh. Hey. Oh my god. Oh boy, this actually might work. You know what? What if that is the case? What if Mr. Atme is Mask Damask? Okay, you know what I'm gonna do? Oh, I can't save it. Fuck! Oh, wait. Yeah, I can. Ta-da! Okay. The defense asserts that Mr. Atme is Mask Damask. The answer is simple. It's all clear to me now. And another reason why I'm thinking this. Because there's only one way to enter. And the computer only went off one time. And he's the one that made the program. So... Detective Look at Me's true identity is actually Mask Damask!
Order in the court! Mr. Wright, what is the meaning of this?
There are too many unnatural parts to Mr. Atme's story. He says he was hiding at the crime scene, which is why no one ever saw him there. And then, in his last case, he manages to outperform Detective Gumshoe and the entire police force to miraculously retrieve the stolen treasure?
That's because I analyzed the crime scene data and made an exquisitely elegant deduction. I picked up clues that the police overlooked in order to arrive at a...
Oh, please. The explanation is far simpler than that, Detective Atme. The truth is that you are, in fact, Mask Damask.
But Mr. Wright, this photo, it clearly shows Mask Damask. This security camera belongs to Lordly Taylor Department Store. He shouldn't have been able to manipulate it.
He didn't need to manipulate it. He gained access to the warehouse under the pretense of providing security. Then, he simply dressed up as the thief and stole the urn.
So, the ace detective is actually an ace thief!
I am making too many parallels to a game that I will not spoil.
Is this true, witness?
Damask's MO is pure genius, and so am I. Look at me, ace detective. You're very clever to have come to such a conclusion. I am impressed, sir lawyer.
What? What? Witness! You're admitting it?
Nick, now's your chance. Yes, time to put the last nail in this guy's coffin. Detective Atme, when you assume the thief's identity... Did you just throw coffee at me?
Godot Blend number 102. My personal favorite.
It hurts. Mr. Godot! Was that coffee hot?
The ace detective is actually an ace thief. I smell a best-selling novel. There's only one problem. It simply isn't true.
But Mr. Godot, Mr. Wright has made some very strong points, and I
will admit, my opponent has woven a compelling narrative out of whole cloth. But it is, in fact, nothing more than a patchwork quilt. Mr. Wright. If the detective really is the thief, then show us the proof of your claim. But it had better be as hot and as perfect as the coffee dripping down your face.
Oh. Well, Mr. Wright, don't just stand there. This court would like to see this decisive proof you have. Quickly!
I have no definitive proof. It's just a theory. I mean, all I have that supports that it couldn't have been Ron is because his stuff was elsewhere. Around the same time. So it couldn't have been Ron. Right? Huh? Oh, yes, of course. What's the big rush? Are you alright, Nick? Hemi looks pretty rattled right now. I'd like to finish this right now if I can. But can I really do it? The decisive evidence that proves Mr. Look at Me is in fact Mask Damask. Okay, yeah, I was right. we don't have enough information to prove that he is. Right now, we're just going completely on speculation and just... I mean... Yeah, we don't have enough yet. Hold on, I'm gonna save just to be safe. But yeah, we don't have enough information yet. Or we don't I'm sorry. Not so much, we don't have enough information. I mean, we don't have enough. So... Proof? Of course, I've got nothing.
Just what I thought. A man has to hold his head up high no matter how bad things get, after all.
Ugh. I see. I thought perhaps you had some evidence to back up your assertion.
It's no good, I've got to stay on the attack. I'll never get another chance to prove that this guy is the thief.
Don't give up, Nick. Think harder and try again.
It's no good. I'm just not ready yet.
But are you going to just give up and let us lose this?
So you've come to your senses, have you, Sir Lawyer?
I can't think of a counterattack at all. Like I said, we don't... Also, I want to point out that we haven't brought up the fact that we don't even know if that ring around his finger is a red diamond. So I can't throw in the blackmail letter. Fuck.
It seems the cloud of suspicion surrounding this witness has lifted. Mr. Godot, if you have anything further to add, then...
What? Who? Huh?
Wait, who are you?
Hi, Desiree.
That doesn't really matter right now, does it?
Miss Delight, what are you doing here?
Nicky boy. The thing you've been looking for. I think I found it.
Did you just steal that from his office?
You mean that bag?
No, not the bag. What's in the bag? Well...
It's the urn! It's covered in pink! That's...
The secret urn! Nick, it's the urn!
Order! 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 You! Madam! That urn! Where did you find it?
You'll never believe it. It was in the office of Mr. Fancy Pants Ace Detective. Look at me.
Oh, Desiree! Desi! You're the best!
The sacred urn has pink splotches all over it. Son of a bitch! Well, how do you explain that one, Mr. Atme? I'm not entirely sure this is legal in the court of law. Like, I don't think this... Actually, you know what? I'll ask the audience here again. Anybody that is much more familiar with how courtroom etiquette works, I'm pretty sure this would be thrown out, wouldn't it? Or would there have to be like a retrial for this sudden information to come out? I don't know. What's the procedure for this sort of thing? I'm asking because I'm legitimately getting curious about just the law in general. Hell, I've been binge listening to Legal Eagle lately because of Phoenix Wright Ace Attorney.
Objection! Huh. Pathetic.
Mr. Godot, do you have something you wish to say?
Yes, Your Honor. It simply amazes me how quickly times change. In the old days, a man was to be taken at his word. That's truly sad.
Oh, you're still denying that Mr. Atme was involved?
Before casting aspersions at Detective Atme, consider the young lady here. Your name is Desiree. Desiree Delight. Is that correct?
Yes. What about it?
How charming. The length that a woman is willing to go to save her husband is truly inspiring.
What are you insinuating?
As the wife of the criminal, you could have discovered that stolen urn anywhere.
Brings up a fair point. She is connected to the one that's being accused, so...
including the office of the good detective here.
Shit.
So you found the urn. What does that prove? It certainly doesn't prove what the urn was before you found it.
What? I just brought it here from the detective's office.
Please, madam. This town is already filled to the brim with lies. Any more could only compound the tragedy to have been witnessed to.
You're wrong. I would never do such a thing. Mr. Light, please, Nicky boy, you've got to help me talk some sense into these people. There must be some way. I gotta prove that urn was actually in the Amity Detective Agency. Well, fuck, we can't do fingerprints because he's got gloves. Maybe? But... damn it. Just about what I saw. That means nothing! I can't prove it. No. Damn it. Alright, we're gonna go... Alright. My gut is saying show the fingerprints on the urn, but my mind is telling me that testify about what I saw. So I'm gonna go with my gut first, and then my mind, and we're gonna see how this plays out. I can prove where the urn was by the fingerprints on it. Fingerprints, eh?
Oh, come now! Now you're really making me laugh, sir lawyer. Fingerprints indeed. May I go on? Good. Now it would be perfectly understandable if my fingerprints are on the urn. After all, it was I who was guarding the urn in the first place. In any case, I'm always in the habit of wearing gloves, as you can see. So unfortunately, my fingerprints wouldn't be evidence of anything.
What about it, Mr. Wright? This witness's fingerprints would mean nothing anyway. Hey, Nick, what are you gonna do now? I don't know! I've come too far to turn back now. Hammy must have brought the urn back to his office yesterday. And there, I'm sure someone must have left their fingerprints on it. The defense proposes that the fingerprints of this person should be on the urn. What? This person? This person? What person? Oh! Oh! Yeah! Because we were in his office and the only person that got a chance to actually feel it was Phoenix. And he said that it was something about being smooth. So his fingerprints must be on there! Take that! Yes! I knew I was... Okay.
So, what is all this fuss about fingerprints anyway?
Mr. Atme, do you recall the events of yesterday? Hey, Nick! Come on! Open it up! Hey, wait a minute! We can't just open his private property. Don't be such a fuddy-duddy. This is an important investigation. Well, what's in there? Hang on a sec. Right now, whatever it is, it feels kind of hard and smooth.
Well, hello there!
That's right, his fingerprints must be on there. Yeah, it's true that I didn't get a chance to look at the bag at that time. In the bag. But I did touch what was inside.
What? You touched it?
And I remember it very well. It was smooth and hard.
Well, that was just...
Your Honor, I'd like the court to examine the fingerprints on that urn. If my fingerprints are on there, then it proves that the urn was in Detective Atme's office.
Objection! Well, even if your fingerprints are on the urn, it still doesn't prove when they were put there, does it?
Of course it does.
What did you say?
It's not what I say, but what Adrian Andrews, the person in charge of the exhibition, said. I polished it until it was just about glowing. I thought maybe I could make it look more valuable. Mm-hmm. If she polished it that much, she must have removed any and all fingerprints on it. And the only chance I had to get my fingerprints on it after that was yesterday at the Acme Detective Agency.
This blend, Godot Blend number 107. I've decided it's a little too bitter after all.
I would be careful on your coffee consumption, my bro. I say this as a fellow coffee connoisseur.
Order! 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 I accept the defense's request. Bailiff! Take this urn and...
Wait! Wait a moment, Your Honor! There's no need for that.
No need, you say?
Precisely. I already know that Mr. Wright's fingerprints are on the urn.
What are you saying?
Yes! I finally broken him down!
Now that confident grin.
Take a good look, everyone! Unable to find a rival worthy of my genius, I was forced to create one by myself! Here I am, the tragic clown!
This guy is nuttier than a fruitcake. Thank you. Thank you very much.
You see, it was me all along! I am the one and only masked moth!
Are you okay?
I hope you all enjoyed my little performance.
I got light. Oh god, I got lightheaded.
Well, Mr. Godot, what's Mr. Atme's condition?
He's still in the lobby, laughing insanely, Your Honor. I wish I could enjoy the joke as much as he seems to be.
Well, it looks like the matter has been settled. I came perilously close to besmirching the record of an innocent young man. Besmirching him with the title of thief!
Nick, you were right after all. Hell yeah. And I'm lightheaded as fuck. Yeah. I guess Mr. Delight really wasn't a thief.
The court finds the defendant, Mr. Ron Delight.
Oh god, what is he doing?
You're wrong! Wrong, I tell you! I mean, not exactly wrong so much, but actually not right is what I was really trying to say.
Oh, no, he's not. Oh, this can't be happening.
The thief, the sneaky oldest thief who's been stealing all the treasures. It's me! I'm him! I'm the one you want. I'm the thief, I tell you! So do it! Pronounce me guilty, please!
What the fuck? I don't know what kind of kangaroo court you all think this is, but...
The true identity of the thief has already been proven. Please hurry and pass judge.
What are you talking about? I already confessed. I'm the thief, I tell you!
Oh my god, dude.
Fucking stop!
Mr. Godot, don't just stand there drinking coffee.
No, fuck you, I'm gonna drink some coffee. Ugh. I'm gonna be sick. I just downed an entire... actually, wait, how much was in there? I think I about had maybe half of my mug left. I just downed the entire fucking thing. Ooh, I'm gonna feel it tonight. Anyway.
Hey there, Mr. Thief.
Yes, sir.
If you're really a man, then clean up your own mess.
I'm sorry. I'm afraid I just don't have any idea what you mean.
If you're masked de Mosque, then prove it. That's what it means.
Yes, sir. I'll be happy to.
He says he'll be happy to, Nick. It's kinda cute. He's 100% committed to his fantasy.
Good boy. Just remember one thing. A boy only gets one chance in his life to become a man.
I know that. I won't fail. I swear.
Okay then. Talk. We're all listening.
Oh well. Let's all have a listen to this confession.
Oh my god, dude. Stop! Please! I'm trying to save you! Why?
Okay, it's okay. I've got information that'll stop him from committing himself. I've got stuff that'll keep him from throwing himself under the bus.
The truth is, I've been Mask the Mask all along. I mean, you can't prove that I'm not actually Mask the Mask, can you? I don't have an alibi for the night that Owen was stolen, after all. I donned my costume that night and dancingly descended upon the scene of the crime. Look, you can see it right there in the photo. That's me! As for my brooch, I snagged it on the door handle and it got torn off. That's all.
I don't like the direction this trial is taken.
This is how every trial goes. At least with me, anyway. Everybody else gets normal trials. What the hell do I get? I get circus clowns. I get... God damn it. I get fucking just events.
You're doing great.
Stop it, Mr. Godot. You're embarrassing me.
Like I said, you're only going to get one chance to testify, all right? But if you make it through with this with flying colors, I'll keep my promise, too.
What?
I'll make sure you stay locked up in prison as the one and only true Mask de Mask.
Thanks so much, Mr. Godot. I'll do my best.
Oh, right, Mr. Wright. You know, this is starting to become a bit weird, this whole situation, you know that?
I'm still not on good terms with you after you tried to throw me under the bus.
Oh, right, fair enough. I'm afraid it's time for the cross-examination.
Oh, boy. Let's go. You may think you're the real Mask the Mask, but your wife thinks you're delusional.
I haven't told Desi yet. About my true identity, I mean. Believe me, I've got my reasons.
With the way your room is decked out, how could she not know about it?
Even thieves have complicated family situations, I suppose.
What should I do? Sounds like we're about to get sidetracked. Again. You know what? I don't mind getting sidetracked, so why are you withholding that truth from your wife?
Well, first of all, I don't think she'd believe me anyway. And second, if there's one thing that Desi absolutely detests, it is criminals.
Well, if that's the case, then why did you ever start thieving to begin with?
Well, Desi is crazy about shopping. She's a real shopaholic. But she's the love of my life, Your Honor. I guess you could say I'm a Desi-holic.
Okay, so you do have a complicated family situation after all.
Alright, that's enough. Please continue with your testimony, I beg of you. But he's begging you, you just know how bad. I thought you were going to be the one to show us the proof. You know that you're the real Mask the Mask and not just some kind of obsessed fanboy?
Hey now, that's not fair. Why do I have to do all the work anyway?
Maybe because you were the one making the outrageous claim? For a change?
Come on, Nick. You know that Mr. Delight couldn't have committed the crime. You're the one with the fancy law degree. It's time to put to work already.
Maybe some kind of proof that Ron couldn't possibly be Mask the Mask.
Well, I guess if we had that kind of proof, we wouldn't still be here, would we?
For the time being, maybe I need to shift strategy. I should try to show that Mr. Delight couldn't have stolen the urn.
Anyway,
You've got no alibi?
I've been a judge for a long time, and this is the first time I've ever heard of a defendant brag about having no alibi.
But I tell you, I was in Lord Terror that night. No.
That's too vague, even for me. To be more precise, I was down in the basement house.
Hold on. What is it, Nick? Basement warehouse? Where was Ron Delight when the crime happened anyway? Right there. So... if we can prove he had an alibi after all, this case will be a piece of cake.
Well, you're right, but...
You think you can prove that? Wake up and smell the coffee.
Well, I think maybe I can.
Mr. Wright, do you have any evidence that shows the defendant has an alibi?
Yes? I think? I mean, think about it, kind of? Yeah, actually I do. I have the evidence. Or do you think I'm still some sort of third-rate rookie?
Oh! I've never seen you this angry before.
I'm not surprised. Anger is the last refuge of the pathetic.
I thought I was more confident than angry.
Well then, let's see this evidence already. Show to this court evidence that proves where your client was on the night of the crime.
This is the proof!
Take that!
Mr. Delight, this wallet belongs to you, correct?
Yep.
And this is your ID.
Yep.
Sorry, I grew up with SpongeBob.
Yes, it does. I had lost it somewhere. Mr. Wright, when you find a wallet, you should report it to the police right away.
No, you don't understand. This is an important piece of evidence.
Evidence?
Mr. Delight, when did you first notice that you'd lost your wallet?
Let's see. I think it was on the night of the crime. But I know I still had it when Desi and I went out for dinner.
This wallet was found at approximately 1 in the morning at KB Security Headquarters.
What? Surely you're not serious.
Yes. Yes, I am serious. This proves that Mr. Delight was in fact at KB Security that night.
No!
You're not Mask Damask, goddammit. So if the defendant was at KB Security at 1 o'clock in the morning, then that proves that he has a watertight alibi.
No!
Furthermore, considering the distance between Lordly Taylor and KB Security, it would have taken 30 minutes to get there by car. According to Larry, anyway.
Well, Mr. Godot, do you have anything to say? Oh, right.
I gotta check. Does he have a...
Yes!
a prosecutor who is shrouded in mystery? He seems to know me somehow. Who is this guy? I like him.
And stop drinking that coffee!
Come on, Mr. Thief. Don't let this guy beat you. Tell him why he's wrong.
You're the only one who calls me thief, Mr. Godot. Alright, I'll try. I'll do it. I will.
He's really got Mr. Delight all worked up.
Yeah, he's like a kid at his first day of school.
Look, this is ridiculous. Why would I have dropped my wallet at KB Security? Someone must have planted it there to make it look like I was there and not at the heist.
Planted it there? Wow, he's really reaching now.
Mr. Delight, you probably dropped your wallet when you took it out to use this, didn't you? The key card to KB Security's CEO's office.
No!
That was a pretty good try, Mr. Trite. Unfortunately, you've overlooked one small thing.
What?
Motive, of course. Why would this thief go to KB Security in the middle of the night anyway?
Well, Mr. Wright, looks like you need some more evidence after all.
Stupid kid! Oh my god.
Now then, let's see your evidence. The evidence that shows why Mr. Delight went to KB Security at 1 a.m. that night.
sorry. Oh! Yeah! Right here. Because he was blackmailed.
Take that!
Mr. Delight, I believe you've seen this before, correct?
That's... What is it?
A blackmail letter. That's what it looks like from the contents.
Blackmail.
Yes, basically it says, bring $50,000.
That certainly sounds like blackmail, all right.
At the time of the theft, Mr. Delight was dealing with the blackmailer himself. In KB Security's CEO's office, a full half an hour away from the scene of the crime.
No!
And now I know where my pose for the thumbnail came from.
Order! 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 So when the theft of the urn occurred, the defendant was at KB Security. It looks like a perfect case for the defense.
You may see it as a perfect case, Judge, but to me... Well, let's just say that my Godot Blend number 107 impresses me a lot more.
What are you trying to say? What's with your coffee lingo?
You say the thief was being blackmailed by the CEO of a security company. But did you actually investigate the CEO at all?
Huh? Well, no, I guess not.
Accusing a man of blackmail with no proof? I'm not sure what I think of that.
I'm not sure what I think of that. At least I know what I think of you.
Good point. I'm not sure what I think of it myself. You claim the defendant entered the CEO's office, but you will need at least one witness to corroborate your claim, Mr. Wright.
Nick, I think we're going to have to track down the CEO guy. No, we don't have to track down the CEO at all. Wait a minute. Maybe he can help? Think about this for a minute. Yeah! Actually, yeah! This actually makes a lot of sense. He was there. He might have actual information about this. If there's some way we can bring in Larry, like... Yeah. He might actually help out.
What do you mean by that, Mr. Trite?
There is someone else who can test... Yes! We gotta bring in the butts! This is the person who can testify that the key card was used at 1 AM that night. Yeah, because he stated that the card leaves a record when used, which means he has access to them.
Take that!
Well, who is this useless-looking young man?
You don't remember him, Your Honor?
Not exactly. But just looking at this picture makes the bile start to rise in my throat.
Looks like he doesn't remember the case from 2 years ago. He probably blocked out that memory on purpose. Yeah, he probably did. Anyway, this man was working as a guard at the KB Security that night.
Oh?
The question at hand is this key card.
Yeah, that's the key card they use in the building I work. According to the serial number, this one is for the CEO's office. Need to get into that room, and every time you use that card, it leaves a record. Yeah, it tells you exactly who entered the room and when.
As you can see, there's no need to investigate the CEO of KB Security. We should be able to discover the truth simply by analyzing this keycard's data. Okay. Hooray! I think.
Well, Mr. Godot.
The name of the CEO of KB Security is Kane Bollard. I was unable to contact him directly, but I got the keycard data. Here.
So what does it show?
Each keycard has its own serial number and they leave detailed records of their use. According to this data, this card was used at 1 a.m. on the morning of the crime.
Yes. Oh, but we're definitely not done if this immediately gets added to the update court record.
But that means it can't be Mr. Delight dressed as Mask Damask in this photo.
It looks like you're right. 2 minutes isn't even enough time to brew a good cup of joe.
Well, unless you have a Keurig. But let's be fair, fresh coffee's always the best. So then, we're not done yet.
Ron Delight was clearly in the office of KB Security's CEO at the time of the crime. The prosecutor's office is ready to admit that fact. Therefore, it's impossible for the defendant to be Mask Damask.
Good job! You did it, Nick!
That's enough! I came perilously close to besmirching the record of an innocent young man. Besmirching him with the title of thief.
Sir, we've already gone through this. Are you gonna get stopped again? What's wrong, Your Honor?
Well, I'm ready to pass judgment. But before I do that, do you have any further objections?
No, Your Honor.
Very well. The court finds the defendant, Mr. Ron Delight, not guilty! Yay! Court is now adjourned. I did it! I went against the defendant's wish. Wait a minute.
Also, where's Look at Me? Is he okay?
Nick, you did it! You were right after all. Actually, I'm a little bit ashamed of myself.
Nicky boy. Oh, Miss Delight.
I knew you could do it. I believed in you all along, Nicky boy. I don't know how I can ever repay you.
Oh, shucks. Thanks, Miss Delight. I just know I'm blushing.
Congratulations, Mr. Nick!
Oh, Pearls! I got a bad feeling about this.
Who's this woman?
Oh, she's nobody. She's just,
You're blushing! How dare you do this in front of Mr. Maya? You should be ashamed of yourself!
Did she just slap me? Ouch! Oh, she slapped me.
Pearly? This woman is Miss Desiree Delight. She's our client's wife. Mr. Nick!
Yes?
You're even worse than I thought. Going behind the back of your own client.
No, you got it all.
I'll never forgive you!
Ow! A double slap.
Well, anyway, all's well that ends well. Right? We got the sacred urn back and the thief has been caught. You're so right. And it's all thanks to Nicky boy here. But actually, it was you, Miss Delight, that brought us our urn back. Thank you from the bottom of my heart. Oh, please. You're embarrassing me.
Well, if we won the case, then why does this guy still look so glum?
But I am the thief. Actually, what's the point now?
What is it, honey? I did my best for you, Ronnie.
I know that, and I appreciate it, Desi. But the thing is...
Come on, give the kid some time.
Hi, Godot.
He just got a little touch of the blues. You know about feeling blue, right, amigo?
Mr. Godot, what are you doing here?
Oh, come on. I just came here to say thanks to my newest buddy. You, Mr. Trite.
Maybe you should learn my name before you call me, buddy. I like you.
Well, playtime is over.
Huh?
Only this morning, the body of Kane Bullard was discovered.
The CEO of... What?
Kane Bullard?
Where have I heard that name before? Isn't that the name of the CEO of KB Security? Wait, Buddy?
The estimated time of death was 1 a.m. on October 12th.
1 a.m. on October 12th. You don't mean...
That's right, amigo. At the same time that a cheap little urn was being stolen, the CEO of KB Security was being murdered.
So, then, what are you doing here?
Come on. You figured it out already, haven't you, amigo? Or have you already forgotten about that piece of info I helped you out with today?
Helped me out? What?
On October 12th at 1 o'clock in the morning, Ron Delight was in the CEO's office. The scene of the murder. After getting that blackmail letter, he must have been imbued with utter rage.
What are you saying? Imbued with rage?
Come on. Don't tell me you didn't know. Ron Delight was once an employee of KB Security. He was a professional security guard.
An employee of KB Security?
Looks like the alibi that saved him from being convicted as a thief is going to be the noose that gets him hanged. Kind of an anti-alibi.
No way!
He can't be the thief because he was at the murder scene when the murder occurred.
No! That's a lie. It can't be true.
But I'm a thief, I tell you.
Ron Delight, you're going back to prison again. This time the charge is much more serious. This time you'll be tried for murder.
What?
This is impossible.
I'm looking forward to another exciting showdown, Mr. Wright. You and I aren't through with each other yet. Surely you won't back down from a challenge. You've never been a coward.
Mr. Nick, is there something personal between you two?
I've returned from the depths of hell to do battle with you. At least let me have some fun while I'm here.
This guy, who the heck is he? He may be quiet, but he's the most dangerous enemy I've ever faced.
Well then, time to say goodbye to Mr. Delight.
This is a fucking twist I didn't see coming.
Nick, how could this be happening? Right in front of our very eyes. Our client has been arrested for murder. And the one who established his presence at the scene was me. Ronnie! Arrested for murder on the very same day he's declared innocent of larceny. What the heck's going to happen next? Holy shit!
Oh.
I think I'm going to love this game. Quite a lot.
I'm going to go rest my throat. And you know what? In honor of the new character Godot, just for the shits and giggles, I'm going to brew myself another cup of coffee. This time, with just creamer and no sugar. Thank you all very much for watching. Oh, I like this guy. Also, tell me what you think about me just kind of using a much more threatening Michelle voice for him. Just let me know if that works. Like, because I'm kind of getting into it right now. But
I'm willing to switch it up a little bit if need be.
also, Look at Me's kind of mental break. That was great too, I guess. Anyway, that's it. So, thank you all very much for watching, and I will see all of you in the next video.